This is the English version of this program. To view it in French, click the link at the end of this video. Ceci est la version anglaise de cette émission. Pour la visionner en français, suivez le lien à la fin de cette vidéo.
Bonjour! Hey there, American! Welcome to Frenchsplained, a show that aims to point out how the United States is strange, different, and maybe sometimes stupid from the condescending point of view of a French person who was raised both inside and outside of this country. My name is Etienne, but if that's too French for you, you can call me Steven. I moved from France to the United States about 10 years ago, and the first thing that I was exposed to were American schools. What I first noticed is that American education isn't as much focused on actually educating as other countries. For example, in the American 9th grade, I was relearning math concepts I had already learned in the French 6th grade, and that trend held true for every STEM subject. I wouldn't get a real challenge in high school unless I took an advanced placement course, which is supposed to mimic the difficulty of university. But of course, I was 14 and I didn't actually give a shit, so I just cruised through the entire curriculum without actually gaining any knowledge. On top of that, the school days in America are a lot shorter than in France, so American students are spending less of their day to learn even less from their subjects. It eventually dawned on me that the school days are so short because they need to make room for the extracurriculars. In French schools, the budget is always put 100% into the education. There are no clubs, no pep rallies, no school teams, or anything that would distract from the education that's supposed to be taking place.
Dude, no offense, but that sounds like boring as hell.
I absolutely agree. I had a lot more fun going to school in America than in France, but at the end of the day, I feel a lot more stupid. Besides, I still had after-school activities in France, they were just not affiliated with the school. But yeah, our schools are boring as hell, we actually have to learn. And at the end of high school, we have one big test, which I'd probably fail if I ever tried to take it, because I was educated in America for the past 10 years. I want to stress that America is not necessarily doing anything wrong, they're just doing it poorly. Actually, they are doing one thing wrong. The imperial system of measurement. What the Yankee Doodle hell is wrong with you? Non mais sérieusement, c'est quoi ça? Now, I could probably make fun of your dumb measurement system for hours. It would be very easy for me to point out that the US is one of only 3 countries to use the imperial system, or how the naming conventions and lengths relative to each other make zero sense. I could also mention that on top of being French, the metric system is much more reliable and intuitive compared to the imperial system. But instead, I'll just say this. In my personal experience, Americans are quite vocal about how proud they are to have gained independence from the British Empire. Yet here you are, obsessed with keeping the idea alive through the use of the British imperial system of measurement. The convictions don't match up. I would argue that it is un-American to even want to use the imperial system, and that anyone who is truly a patriot would switch to the metric system right away. If not, that would make you a British sympathizer. I say this, I say nothing, but you should use the metric system if you want to put an end to your traitorous ways. I mean, dang, for a first world country obsessed with being number 1, the United States is pretty much at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to education. And that's all I have to say about that.